We're going to talk about economic development in Josephine County, and I know that Mark VonHolle ended up getting a contract signed with Jackson County commissioners a few months ago for going out and hunting down some big fish, and then did the same thing over in Josephine County. But from the outside, it looks suspiciously like he's trying to get paid twice for the same work. I thought, just saying, it's what it looks like. But we're going to talk with Dale Matthews from Bad County about that. Dale, there's a little bit more to the story than that, though, at least with the Josephine County meetings. Welcome to the show.
Right. So this guy, Mark VonHolle, is sitting in the little back room with the Josephine County commissioners, and he says he's got this scheme to bring these companies into Josephine County. He doesn't give them any details, but a majority of the board says, don't know how you're going to do that, but sure sounds good.
Well, you recall just a few weeks ago we were having a bit of conversation about how economic development is defined even as rebuilding a handicap ramp at a state park. But
that's right, and it's going to lead to 214 full-time family wage jobs after the ramp is built.
Sure.
People standing there directing traffic or something. So they decide to give him $50,000 in economic development money based on that one presentation.
So the $50,000, is this the same kind of money that comes from the lottery funds and then it's funneled back from the state?
Right. It
okay.
does. It's money coming back to us, so we could spend it on something that's actually going to create jobs. We could.
All right. Sure.
We haven't so far, but we could. Theoretically, we could spend it on, economic development.
Well, there's nothing wrong with economic development, given that's what the money's for. That
if they would actually spend it on such a thing, it would be a terrific idea.
Sure.
So they're going to give him $50,000 a year for 3 years. And at this meeting, this is a very rare meeting because we don't get a chance to see this. I mean, you talk about union negotiations, we never see them. And this time, they're all seated, and I'm there with a camera. I'm there, which means you're there. Mm-hmm. So Mark VonHolle says to him, now that you're about to sign this contract, I don't want to do half of the things that are on this list. You just have to see the video. You just have to see the video. And they say, oh, okay. And instead of bringing companies to Josephine County with Josephine County money, I want it to say Josephine County or Jackson County.
And that is the part of the video that kind of made me sit up. Okay, wait a minute. If you have Josephine County contracting to give them $50,000, it would seem that they would want that business, if it's going to relocate, going to Josephine County. At least that would make the most sense. Otherwise, what's really going on is that Mark VonHolle is getting paid to do this for Jackson County, and he's getting paid to do this for Jackson County by Josephine County, right?
That's right. But what's their answer to this when they hear this? They say, well, okay.
What?
Yeah, and instead of saying that I must contact 200 companies, I wanted to say that I will try to contact... I will target contacting 200 companies.
Okay, well, contacting 200 companies is a lot different, or there's a lot more legal wiggle room than saying I will actually contact 200 companies.
Absolutely. And so the Courier writes it up and saying that he will actually contact. No, that's not what the contract says, Jim Moore of the Daily Courier. It says he will target contacting them. He's going to target visiting them. He's changing this as we're sitting there, and they're looking at him like, well, okay.
Now, hold on, though, because from the sounds of it, Wally Hicks was trying to let the cat out of the bag here, or at least to inform the county commissioner, right?
Yes. Here's what we do at badcounty.com. We could just tell you the news, okay? But then you've just been informed. You need to be thinking about it. And so what we do is we go just a step beyond journalism, and we do some analysis of the news. And we say, okay, and here's what this means. And this is what Wally Hicks was trying to do. I talked to him right afterwards, and I said, Wally, you've told them. Yeah, I keep trying to tell him. I said, you need to say to them, and this is a really bad idea. He's reluctant to do that, but I said, you've got to tell him, Wally, because they're not getting it.
Yeah, so Wally had the best of intentions there because he saw the wiggle room in the contract in which Mark VonHolle could be, and I'm saying could be, getting $50,000 in economic development over 3 years, but yet not really having an accountable number that he has to shoot for as far as businesses contacted or brought to the area.
Talk about accountability. Okay, so I mean, whoever the guy is, okay, Mark VonHolle or somebody else that's capable of doing the job. It doesn't. And
by the way, I've talked to Mark VonHolle several times on the program, and and I know he was part of Sustainable Valley, and I think he still may be part of Sustainable Valley, and I'm good with that. You know, them having shovel-ready real estate and other things like that ready. But a lot of people have been raising questions about these particular contracts. They were raising some of the same questions in Jackson County too, not just Josephine County.
Well, as far as accountability goes, he's going to give them, according to this contract, a quarterly report. He was supposed to do it monthly, but he convinced them to change it to quarterly. You see a trend here? Every time something comes up, he kind of pulls back out of it, and they go, oh, okay. And he says, now, when I give you the report, I won't actually be giving you the names of the companies that I'm contacting.
Okay, now remember, though, there's $4,250 a month going for this kind of work for him, right?
Right. Now, he's not going to give you the names, Bill, when you're trying to look in to see if he's doing the job right. He's going to give you code names. So Little Red Riding Hood and Three Little Pigs are thinking of moving to Josephine County or Jackson County. And I've targeted them. You don't know who he's talking about.
Now, there may be a reason, and I'm going to presume that the reason for coding the names is that he doesn't want any, this would be public record, I would imagine. And when you're trying to get companies to move here, there has to be a certain amount of secrecy in order to get the deals done. Isn't that probably what's going on?
So you meet with the commissioners in executive session.
Oh, that's true. Then it wouldn't be public meeting, would it?
Yeah, but he's not going to give them a report with the actual names of the actual companies.
So how are we going to know if anybody was really contacted or really even expressing interest in going to Josephine County if nobody except Mark VonHolle knows what the name of the companies is?
There you go. The real crimes are happening in the Ann Basker Auditorium and the little back room, where we're attracting, they were talking about attracting bad guys from out of the area to come in because we don't have any laws. We don't have any laws, but the bad guys that are coming in are bilking us for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and their target is the Board of County Commissioners who can't think their way out of a paper bag.
I'm wondering if what's going on here is the economic development money from the lottery coming through the state and coming into these various county commissions, not just Josephine County, but Jackson and otherwise, are just kind of looked at as manna from heaven, and they don't really have an idea for economic development, but they have to make it look like they're looking. Maybe that's what's going on here. Is it a fiscal fig leaf, perhaps? I
think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. They want to look like they're doing something, and they want it to look like, oh, look at all this money that we're spending, but and they kept saying during this meeting, it's on the video, it's great, it's at the top of our non-commercial site. They kept saying, Simon Hare kept saying, maybe we should be doing this in executive session. Oh, maybe we shouldn't be doing this right here. Oh, this is the worst possible. Because the first, and I guarantee you the last time, we actually see how they sit down, and some guy, any guy, accomplished guy or charlatan, says, I don't want to have to actually contact the companies like the Courier said he would do. I want to target contacting them, and I'll give you code names of what I've done.
Yeah, I think that
county.
To protect the taxpayers, I think we'd be better off, though, in Josephine County and in Jackson County. We want names, we want dates, we want results. What did they say? What were they thinking about bringing? How many jobs were included here? And I guess the other problem I'm having with this, though, is that Jackson County has hired him to do the exact same thing that Josephine County has hired him to do. And so they're all paying him at the same time, but yet aren't they technically looking for the same thing? Because even VonHolle was saying that the jobs could be in Jackson or Josephine County. It didn't have to be just Josephine County, but it's Josephine County money.
Now, get this. He also made it clear during this meeting that his goal is to go and make the same exact deal with Medford.
Oh, really?
Grants Pass.
Oh, so this is multi-jurisdiction But yet, the thing is, though, if VonHolle's going to go out there and do something for Jackson County, would that not benefit Medford?
Yes.
Just in and of itself.
Yes, you could just see the brilliance of this. And these guys, the Josephine County Commissioners, are buying it hook, line, and sinker. Absolutely.
Okay.
And so
hey, maybe we'd be better off just to build a few more handicap ramps in parks, given the fact that they produce 210 jobs each.
When you do the math, he originally wanted a 5-year contract. Okay, this time with this guy, but there's plenty of others. And so that'd be $250,000 times 4 would be a cool $1 million for all doing the same work. So the one more element is he said, oh, and by the way, I'll also be charging and being paid a finder's fee from local real estate developers for the same work again because I'm bringing these companies here. Woohoo!
Oh. So he's getting paid on both ends of this from the sounds of it.
6 different ways.
Yeah. But it does seem like it's an interesting technique to go to all of the various municipalities and basically sign them on to multi-year contracts to do the same thing that they were going to do for just Jackson County originally. Isn't that kind of the bottom line here, Dale?
Well, to me, the bottom line is we have county commissioners who are saying, oh, you can trust us with the money. Now that we see exactly how they dole out the money, now we know why we cannot trust them to make smart decisions.
All right. Well, you got to keep an eye on them for sure. Thanks so much for coming on, Dale. I appreciate you putting it up on badcounty.com. Thanks again. All right.